I don't
4,
know.
5,
That was a weird
6,
count
7.
in.
Oh,
Hello
you
there.
were just counting?
No, I can
There you just-
only count to 4. 1.
Oh man, I thought about that the other day at work, and I forgot who I had watched it with. So I hesitated, and I was like, do I make a reference to this? And I was like, nah, I'm not gonna make a reference to this because I don't think anyone knows.
Yo, it's okay. You could have just told it like it was one of our stories, and
Like
you
I
would've
came
been
up
just
with
doing
it.
what Lucas did.
Oh yeah,
Does
call
all
me
the time.
Lucas. Gross.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yo.
Yeah, you don't have to
So,
compliment them that hard. That's way too offensive to put on air.
Where we're gonna get taken down on air.
Yeah.
Carl,
They get
what's up?
swatted?
He said, "Let's go Poisies." We such Poisies.
How would you spell that? Like the way you said it.
Poisies, like
Poisies?
PWOI. Poi.
Yeah, it has to have the O. You have to have the OI for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Poi. Yeah.
Poi.
Makes me miss the pandemic. Yo, the pandemic
That's
was a
fucked.
crazy time when you think about it.
No one misses the pandemic, but there are elements to it.
We
Sure.
we started the podcast during the pandemic.
Yeah.
It was like our drive for it.
Yeah, that's what
At first we
survive.
We started with the what's it called, that Hangout app that you could play games on. What was it called?
No, we didn't.
House Party.
No, we didn't.
What?
We did house parties outside of the podcast, but we never used that.
Oh,
I'm
you
saying,
just
I'm saying
mean-
because of COVID.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I see. Okay.
That and Among Us.
Oh, Among Us.
Like
that
that.
was
Yeah.
a fun little stretch we had there.
That died down real quick, eh?
Real quick.
Like it got inflated to worldwide. Like everyone knew. Like Pitbull even knew about it.
Yeah, they made a VR version.
Yeah, they did.
That'd be fun. Never played it, but that'd be fun.
I was on a call the other day, and one of the people were saying how this Christmas season was not, and actually I agree with this. Like the Christmas season, I think, is no longer about relaxing. I feel like it's very not stressful, but it's very energy consuming. Like it's nowhere near as relaxing as I guess the last 2 years comparatively had been, but that was because the pandemic. But I feel like it's a lot of social engagement, so the whole social battery thing, driving if you have relatives who live far, it's a lot of commuting over that period of time.
We had snowstorm the Christmas weekend.
Yeah, a lot of people are it's not necessarily like a holiday. It's like a lot of work, spending time.
That's fair.
It's not
Yeah,
that it's bad,
I get it.
But it's just it's a lot lot of energy consumption. I was
and that's why you hope you get good gifts at the end of it to make it all worthwhile. If you get a shitty gift, you're like, fuck!
God damn it! I spent all this.
I drove to Barrie for this.
Yeah.
Imagine you just say that straight, fuck.
That's why I was upset when we did Secret Santa all the way in Brantford and I didn't get the Lego blocks. I was upset.
Who got the Lego blocks?
No, Kel just used it to fill the bag.
Container.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It was the fake, and I got a gift card, which is great and all, but I wanted the Lego.
What if it was a gift card to the Lego store?
That's pretty fire.
That's pretty sick, actually.
Have you seen those houses that are being built almost like Lego? Where they literally just putting blocks together and it's insulated.
Those
modular
homes.
My mom and Dan they're planning down the road they're gonna go to the cottage. They have cottage trade shows in March. They're gonna go to one to see how much what they run, because I think they're gonna down the road eventually potentially tear down the cottage and build a modular one instead.
I did look into them because that's when I was inquiring about looking into getting my own cottage. I was like, fuck it, I'll just get a plot of land because it'll be cheaper and then build a house there. The only thing that's hard about it is getting in there. Your mom's gonna have to clear so much of that forest, that driveway down, which will kind of suck. But
for what? For the truck, the truck to fit?
Yeah, because they need I don't think they necessarily need cranes, but they need trucks.
The one they were looking at were actually it's packs of Lego that it's for this side of the wall. It's a 8 million piece set.
Okay, sick. Is it Lego or is it Mega Blocks?
No, it's Connects.
See right through it.
You remember Connects?
Yeah, man, dude. Even what's called I was gonna say barnacles. Not binoculars, not barnacles. Bionicles.
Binoculars, but
not barnacles, not binoculars, but something in between.
Bionicles were sick.
Yeah, Bionicles were hype. But then you know what though? Like after like the second gen, because like the first gen was hype, second gen was like okay, pretty cool, and then it just started kind
They
of.
started
Like,
a little-
I don't even remember what was the driving point, but I think they just made them like smaller, like just unimpressive.
I think I'd go a little deeper than you. Like I think the first like 3, maybe 4 gens were kind of sick, and then yeah, they started getting a little wild.
I was big into Bionicle.
Yeah, me
I
too.
like them. I never watched the movies though. Just the
I didn't even know they made movies.
yeah, dude, Bionicle movies.
What?
Yeah.
Yo,
Yo,
that's
Lego
sick.
Star Wars, the game or the Lego series games were actually like really well.
They're
done.
incredible.
I
They're
heard they were
They had
very
a
well
really
done.
good
Really good
multiplayer
games.
component to them.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But even the Lego movie was pretty funny.
Yeah, it wasn't actually.
Yeah,
bad.
it was good. Yeah.
The Lego, the Lego Batman is played like such a non-Batman character, and I think it's just amazing. Like they totally just parody Batman out of it, and it's like
And Will
it
Ferrell
works.
was in it too, right?
He was the bad guy in the first one.
Yeah.
I don't.
What-
He's not in the second one. I don't think.
Will Arnott is the guy who voices Lego Batman.
Will Arnett. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are not.
Carl said, explain to the audience what Bionicles are. They're like Lego Warriors.
fair.
Is
Well,
like
I find it and I'll share my screen.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
that's no. You're absolutely right.
They're
It's
like
what
Lego
made
Warriors
figures. Yeah.
Yeah,
Lego made
that
action
you built
figures.
them, and then they all had like they were like elementals. So there was like a fire one
Yes.
and like an earth one.
And you could put them together. Like if you had 2, you could like kind of like make it
Could
into
you
like
really do that?
Yeah,
a-
you
a
never did that?
Transformer?
yeah.
Well, not Transformer, like,
Like
the
Power Rangers or something?
like the
Yeah, yeah.
the Megabots.
Oh,
So,
dude,
like,
not
dude,
one.
pick
That's
the
like a
better
new
ones.
one.
What is
That's like a
This
new
is
gen.
this
Yep.
is the
Stop.
the circle gen one, which is
Stop.
terrible.
Show a good version.
Yeah,
What is
that's
Yeah,
that
yo,
sucks,
yo.
bro.
It was these guys were
There
like
you
the
go.
OGs, and these
Yeah,
masks
those.
could pop off.
Yeah.
I'm so upset that you picked the
Yeah, you
worst
picked the
one to
worst.
I
start.
did that intentionally. No, I'm
That's
showing how shit
wrong.
that shit
Yeah,
it was.
I'm just telling you, I'm upset about it.
Yeah, so these were Bionicles, man. They were basically the Transformers of the Lego universe. I think you already
Yeah.
said
That's the
that.
best way to put it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I had like a handful of those.
Yeah,
they're
oh,
pretty
dude,
cool.
dude, this was the hardest picture back in the
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
Yo, save that. Oh, it's gonna open up porn here. I'm gonna stop sharing before something goes bad. I don't want to risk it, yo. It's gonna open Bionicles. It's gonna be like new Bionicles singles next door. So hot.
Bionicles porn, that'd be so funny.
Rule 34. Yo, I'll look it up after. I mean,
Rule
Yo.
34.
Have you guys
Rule
heard about
34 is
this-
like the.
Yeah, it's like the
What?
I can't believe this guy just talked about Rule
It's the
34 on
it's
here.
it's a category of
It's like anything like
like
it's basically like Rule 34 is that there's like porn of anything you can think of. It's
like
there.
video game, everything video game related, anything.
or
Rule
or like
34 is
fictional.
related.
fictional. It's all there.
all
That's- That's
animation.
hilarious.
Yeah.
What?
All animation. Like none of
Not
it's
like anything in what? What do you mean?
none live action pornos. If that
Oh,
makes sense.
that's lame.
Is that what you
I
call
get
li- like live action?
I guess that makes sense. That's true.
Live
That's
action.
true.
Because, yeah,
I would
guess-
appreciate it more if they did make it all live action pornos and just like really invest like hundreds of thousands of dollars into CGI and shit. Like make it a proper production.
like the Avatar, but like
Yeah, like-
level production.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, did you hear about that girl, the MMA fighter, if I'm not mistaken, who played in The Mandalorian, who like lost her whole thing?
Gina Carano.
So apparently she came out with a new movie and it hit the box office for $850.
Like that's, what you
That's all they made on it.
Yeah, like that's all they made.
No way.
That's
What's
so
sorry?
sad.
What's her name? What's her name?
Gina Carano. Oh, she was like my first crush. Not first crush. Like first MMA crush, I guess.
Yo,
She
mine
was a
was
babe.
Brock
She's-
Lesnar.
She's a very
Yeah, he's hot too.
yeah.
He's
He's a
hot too.
Maddie's
That's
like,
Dick on his
neck.
chest?
Oh,
it's good.
Yeah, tattoo's so bad.
Maddie just wanted to ride a bull, and that was the closest thing he can get to.
That's
'Cause Brock
yeah.
Lesnar is a fucking bull.
Yes, he is.
Uh,
Yes, he is.
New movie box office.
While Lucas looks it up, I want to know if you guys have heard of chatbot GBT. Have you guys heard of that shit?
No.
This shit is gonna take over the fucking world one day.
What is it? What is this?
So, have you guys heard of Dolly, the AI art?
Yeah.
So the same makers of Dolly have put together this chatbot that you can talk to, and basically it has I think it's everything the internet that was on the internet up until September 2021. This bot has access to. So you can literally the growing concern is one, it's going to take over Google search engine, because instead of searching and reading, it will literally live type to you an answer to your response. But the thing is, it's original content. So I could say, write me a thesis on thermodynamics, and if you went and asked the same thing, it would write
be different.
Yeah, it's basically like AI intelligence. So
Oh
it
yeah,
literally
yeah.
burns through $300 million of data a day through like Amazon Web Servers, like AWS. It's insane. Like, it is the coolest. It's like one of the coolest. It can even, like, you could say, write me code to use in this platform to do this. And then you can, like, as you get a result, you can then ask it to, like, refine it by doing, like, actually, I need you to do this instead. Absolutely insane. Check it out.
There's also an AI art version of that where you
Dolly,
ask it. Yeah,
Dolly is the same makers of them. So apparently, they're estimated that someone, I think Microsoft was saying they were interested in buying it. Something that's like right now, it's or actually 2021, when it was in its early stages, it was estimated to be worth like $20 billion.
Absolutely, 100%.
Program but it's insane. Chatbot GPT. Actually, let me pull this up. I almost forgot about this. So Mark, shout out to Mark from work, he had asked it to write a story about. He literally just said, write a story for us, and this is how the story goes. It's about Matt Aquino, the Filipino man who liked hamburgers, and his Polish friend Lucas, and this is the story it wrote.
All right.
Once upon a time, there was a small Filipino man named Matt Aquino. He was an unassuming person, but he had a big love for cheeseburgers. He could eat them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and never get tired of them. One day, Matt Aquino met a new friend at work named Lucas. Lucas was from Poland and was new to the country. They quickly hit it off, and Matt Aquino invited Lucas over for dinner. He decided to make cheeseburgers for their first meal together. When Lucas arrived, he was greeted with the smell of sizzling beef and melted cheese. He couldn't wait to dig in. As they sat down, Matt Aquino explained his love for cheeseburgers and how they reminded him of home. Lucas took a bite of the cheeseburger and was surprised with how delicious it was. He'd never had anything like it before. From that day on, Lucas and Matt bonded over their love for cheeseburgers and their different cultural backgrounds.
That's sick, man.
Wow.
Wait, it's not done.
Oh, it's not done.
They would go to different burger joints around the city and try new cheeseburger varieties together. Lucas even introduced Matt to some traditional Polish dishes like kielbasa sausages, bigos stew, and pierogi. As their friendship grew stronger, Lucas and Matt realized that food is one of the things that bring people together, regardless of their background. They learned to appreciate and try new things, and it led to a deeper understanding and respect for cultures. Years went by, and their friendship remained as strong as ever. They continued to share meals together and travel around to try different food and experience new cultures. Matt Aquino even taught Lucas how to make Filipino dishes, and they both enjoyed it a lot. So literally,
wow,
he just typed that one sentence, and this is what
it went off. What a fucking novel!
Yo,
that's incredible.
Yo, I'm gonna play this at your wedding.
Yeah. Hey Matt, remember that time that came over for dinner?
But yeah, definitely check it out. It again.
Wow.
So universities are nervous. I don't know if I mentioned this piece yet, but they're nervous because you could ask it to write a paper, and they wouldn't be able to tell if you wrote it, because there's no risk of realistically plagiarism.
They can't cite it and stuff, right?
It's original.
Yeah, it's original. Yeah, so super cool.
Yeah, it changes the entire education system. Like, how do you test people anymore?
But whose fault? But if you can get information done like that, and you just have to be the one to find it, isn't that just as valuable if you can still get the job done at the end of the day? Like, why should that?
Well, why am I going to hire you? I'm just going to hire the program.
Yeah, because I know how to use the program. Not everyone knows how to use the program. Like, I ask it the right questions.
If it's as simple as Mark typing in, tell us a story about Matt Aquino.
So people are
and
curious
Lucas.
to know. People are curious to know, like, what happens if you connect it to the internet. Like, if it was live connected.
Like live. Yeah.
Like, how does it become Ultron, basically?
I was going to say that sounds
what
dangerous.
It takes? Like, it's very interesting, right? So,
and like, there's no way, like you said, it has information up until what, September 2021 is what you said?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I can't imagine it's all of the information up until 2021, September 2021. Like, maybe I'm wrong. This is just me guessing.
They named 3 Polish dishes out of nowhere.
No.
You
No,
have to
how
be
much
studying.
data do you think? Because the internet's data like size grows exponentially year over year. Like
Absolutely.
even day over day.
Absolutely.
It's not like it's like it's an exponential growth. It's not like I don't
It's
know
never
what the-
ending.
what another word is opposite of exponential, or like non-exponential is there's a
Oh
word
no,
for it.
exponential is and then opposite is starts with a P.
Progressive.
No, I don't remember. Google opposite of. Either way, what I mean though is like there's probably things that they intentionally said we're not giving it this information.
Okay, this December 10th, 2022, they estimated that the internet is roughly 5 billion gigabytes of data. Like my computer
5
can maybe
billion.
hold like 1 terabyte, which is 1,000 gigabytes. So 5 billion of those.
I was wrong. It doesn't start with P, but it's logarithmic. But I'm also talking about functions. So I mean, I guess it's the same thing. You're talking about functions when you're talking about exponential, anyways. So logarithmic.
And Google apparently in 5 years has only indexed about 200 terabytes, which is 0.004% of the internet.
Ooh.
So yeah, to your point, I don't know how much of that chatbot GPT is like referencing.
It has access to,
when it looks at it, but
it's got to be something.
Yeah, so that's an interesting point, Carl. Like, if you were to ask stuff like that, like what happens? I'm just trying to see if I can actually bring that up. Like, what happens if you ask it a question that
it's morally questionable?
Well, actually, Glenn had asked me to type in like if I have. He said, ask it to see if you have fungus under your foreskin, like what you should do. So we asked this, but it like literally gave us like a full like here's all the things you can try to figure out.
Wow,
which is funny, but
being the internet,
I don't know what it's free too. Like you don't pay for this. Like it's a free service.
You just have to
that's
log
even
in,
more.
right?
That's even more dangerous.
Yeah, you do have to log in with.
Not that
account,
it would stop
though.
anyone.
Really. But it also like logs. So like if you asked it a question yesterday and then you came back, like each question you asked, it can log it so you could continue building on your response if you wanted to.
Oh, neat.
Do you know what percentage of the world doesn't use the internet?
No, but apparently I would say it like in his like total, I think it was something like 4.5 billion people have used the internet, which is more than half of the world, which I think is pretty crazy.
That is interesting. So then would you
have the actual number, Lucas? Sorry.
I'm looking up your question now, but my question is what population or what percentage of the world right now does not have like has never used the internet, never used it, not even once?
34%.
Yo, it's actually pretty fucking close. 37.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. 2.9 billion.
But okay, I would say I got to assume a chunk of those people are third world people who wouldn't have access to the internet because
absolutely.
Let's say in the U.S. or North America, what percent do you think? How much more drastically shifted is that number?
Let's look it up.
Extremely. And
like 80?
Higher of people who use it.
Yeah.
High. I think it's like 90-something%. And I feel like
7% of Americans have not used the internet.
There you go. 7? So 93%.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Imagine never using the internet. And I think those are all people who maybe
first world
were
country
older when the internet came out, so they just stick like old school. But I think like our kids' generation, that number will be very close to 100%.
You know, there's a guy one of the employees of mine is an older gentleman, and he doesn't have a cell phone.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, you just leave the house like
naked?
Yeah, like just
electronically naked,
raw dog in the world. Like, and the other thing too is he's like, yeah, my wife has a cell phone. He's like, I don't use the internet. I don't do anything. Like, my wife has an email address. She has a phone. And I was like, well, like, what happens if something happens? He's like, I don't know. I don't even have her number. He's like, I don't know what her number is. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, what?
If something were to happen to you, you wouldn't be able to tell anyone.
What do you do? Yeah, like someone hit his car several weeks ago. Thank goodness it wasn't anything serious, but I was like, what do you do? Like, you just hope the other guy calls somebody? Like, what do you do?
Yeah, that's pretty
That's
nuts.
I can't imagine that. Like I don't like to be dependent on my phone or anything. Like I like to like put it down once in a while, like just not do anything. Like my wife Emma's like connected to it too. Like when we watch a movie, I know halfway through I'll see her like on her phone. I'm like, yo, we're watching a movie. Like, I will intentionally not touch my phone. Like I'm watching this. I want to be engaged.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
I do that too.
I'm
And then
into
Nikki
this.
Nikki will do the same thing. I was like, do you not want to watch this? Like I can see you're enjoying
Yeah.
it. Like, why you gotta answer your phone? Like,
Well,
Yeah.
she'll
then I'll
pick the
pause it and then she'll be like, oh sorry. I'm like, well then just like don't look at it.
The worst part though is I can tell she's playing a game while the movie's playing, and then she'll ask me a question, and then I'm like, "Don't ask me a question if you're
just
not
fucking
gonna watch
the
it."
movie.
Yeah, how dare you? The worst? This is now we're getting into tangents, but I hate when people ask me questions when we're watching a movie about something in the future of the movie. So it's like I'm watching this with you too. I don't know.
Neither of you've never seen it. I was like,
yeah, I was like, if you watch,
I'm
I'm sure they're gonna explain it to us.
For me,
But like right now, I know as much as you know.
For me, what I hate about like watching movies sometimes is if you recommend a movie to someone and while they're watching it, they start talking over a part. You're like, whoa, pay attention. This is a good part. This is a good part. Or they get distracted during a part where I'm like, no, this is crucial.
This is critical. Yeah.
And then they watch it and they don't enjoy it. I'm like, fuck off.
And then that's
was
too,
Christine.
because then it's like spoiling part of like, oh, like this part
Yeah.
is so good. And
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
warn you.
So
it's
Christina was like
Takes
that when we
away from
watched
it,
the
yeah.
other guys. She went to the bathroom during Aim for the Bushes. And
Oh,
like, I was like,
that's-
I'm like, you have to watch this. You have to watch this. And she turned around, watched it happen, walked away. And then the time that the cops were fighting and they were whispering, she was on her phone. Like, and I'm like, oh, babe, watch this. And she's like, yeah. And she did like one of those like, I was like, oh, like it's
You're missing
fuck,
like
man.
the important.
Even like yo, the part that killed me was like when he's like walking by and he's like, Dennis, how's the family? Oh, my wife died. Attaboy! Like shit like that, right? And Christina did not like any of it. And I was like, fuck, man.
Brutal.
In the end, she hated the movie. It didn't even matter. In the end, it didn't even matter.
Good song. Good song.
Oh man. You know what? This would actually be. I'm gonna ask Chatbot GPT to write a movie script for me, Lucas and Matt and see what it comes up with.
Wow, that'd be interesting.
Maybe that's an episode. Is we'll read
act
the
it out.
script.
Yeah. We'll do.
Or we each bring a story. We each bring a story.
Sure, yeah, depending on how. Yeah,
that's good.
how long.
But yeah,
what do they call it? Table reads. Table reads.
Do we also come up with one story each about Carl's mom? Like us with Carl's mom each, and it'll be like write a 50 Shades of Grey story with Carl's mom and I.
It's like a really explicit story. We can't read it on here.
That is crazy.
As my tongue flossed her toes.
Ooh. Okay.
I don't even want that visual, dude. That's crazy.
I do. Can I see it?
Yeah, pretend.
Bring your
pretend
toes, bring your
glasses
toes
are
over.
Yo, this is merchandise here, bud. You don't just get to. You're gonna floss my toes for free.
Yo, did you see that on one of the clips? I zoomed in on your feet and I was like, yo, sample image.
Did you? No, I didn't see that. No, I didn't see that. That's good.
Yeah, Carl said a 3-man play so you can act it out. Yeah, we'll do something like that.
Yeah, I'm down. That'd be fun. That'd be great.
We're actually gonna bring stories of chatbot. Was it GT? GBT?
GPT. Chat
LG.
LGBT. The LGBT community. That's funny.
You were saying a point, Lucas, and then you
saw. Oh yeah, sorry.
I
lost track. We're just gonna actually ask it stories about like how would you raw dog Carl, and then just like, let it do its thing, let it run its course.
First, I'd massage his shoulders.
Then
get the tension out. Get the tension.
Yeah,
I could answer that one.
Ways to get Carl's attention.
Ooh, I'm very interested in this.
There's several ways to get Carl's attention, including speak directly to them and use their name. Make physical contact, such as a tap on the shoulder. Actually, you know what? Let me see if I can do this on here so you can see like how it like fucking live talks.
Yeah. Share screen on this bad boy.
Sorry, I gotta
show us the future, Maddie. Show us the future, please.
Just while that comes up, we'll talk about something else. Then I'll bring it up.
Have you also seen the people making like realistic lightsabers? Like ones that actually have like heat elements, which like actually like burn, like melt, burn metal, melt metal.
Yeah,
they're crazy.
That's nuts.
Yo, lightsabers are gonna be a thing.
The future is coming, and it's coming quick.
Call me future.
Yeah, you're gonna get sued by Future.
Oh yeah, was that what I was?
I don't know why this has happened, but sometimes what it does is it does
It takes over your computer and
no,
hacks your
it does something
Facebook
like
and
this.
says,
It says it's at capacity, and it says explain this like this. It does this live. It says explain the status of Chat GPT as a pirate. And it says, ahoy mateys, we've been having a lot of scurvy dogs checking out Chat GPT right now. We're doing our best to make sure every landlubber gets a chance to give it a try. Sorry for any inconvenience this be causing, but we promise it'll be worth the wait. Hang tight and check back soon, ye swashbuckling scallywags. We'll be eager to see what you think
offensive.
of our chatbot. Arr. Literally says that when I tried to go to the website on my other computer. So
That's pretty funny. Still.
yeah, not bad. That's a pretty good pirate accent, Maddie.
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Can you reenact a Filipino
works.
pirate? Like half Filipino accent, half pirate?
That's actually tough.
Filipirate?
Filipirate, yeah.
Oh, it's a Filipiro.
How did you do a Filipino?
Is a Filipiro related to Ben Shapiro?
You're gonna be like, ahoy matey.
No.
Sorry.
Nope.
Sorry.
No, that's not it.
Hold on,
It's a
let me
tough
see-
one, granted, but that's not it.
Let me see if I can do this here. One sec. So, this is what it looks like. So it's
What?
literally
Oh.
like,
Trained to decline inappropriate requests. That's lame.
yeah. See, so maybe it couldn't. Hellish. And this is what it looks like when you ask it. Like this is what happens.
Oh.
Once upon a time, there were three friends named Lee, Matt, and Lucas. They all met in college and quickly became inseparable. They would spend all their free time together exploring the city and trying new things. One day, they decided to go on a camping trip in the winter. Look at how fast this thing fucking writes this story.
Yeah, holy shit. Wow.
Keep reading.
No, this is too long. But this is what it does. And then look, and
Oh,
then it
that's
saves
not
it at
long.
the top. See
There you
this?
go. That's
Friendship and
friends.
adversity.
Ah,
It even names it?
Yeah.
wow, neat.
Okay. And then we could do this, like, right? Like, add a tragic twist.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, it.
Oh, just rewrite it differently?
I guess, but I don't know. I've never done this before. I've never asked it this before. But as night fell, a severe storm rolled in. The wind howled and the rain poured, making it impossible for them to start a fire or even leave their tent together. They huddled, tried to stay warm and dry. Lee was the first to fall asleep, but Matt and Lucas stayed up laughing, talking to pass the time. As the storm raged on, they realized they were truly grateful to have each other's company. Oh, fuck. The next day, the storm passed, the sun was shining bright, but as they were packing up their camp, they found Lee's body. He died from hypothermia on his sleep.
Yo! Yo!
Holy shit.
The friends were devastated, and the memories of their adventure were forever tainted by their loss.
What?
They returned home from the trip with heavy hearts, struggling to come to terms with Lee's death. They knew that they would never forget him or the time they shared together, but their bond would never be the same without him. They knew that they would always miss him, and their adventure will forever be remembered as a tragic one.
Damn!
That's crazy.
Freaking died on this trip?
Yo. Can you ask it, what did Lucas do with the body? do with Lee's body?
In a real life scenario, the next steps would involve contacting the authorities and park rangers and follow their instructions. Oh, that's see. It's not like
So
comical. I
interesting.
think it's supposed to be like legit informative.
It's like a legitimate. What am I supposed to do when my friend dies on a camping trip? Yikes. Yikes.
Yeah, it's like super
That's
insane.
cool.
I was trying to show people
That's
like
neat.
you can literally ask it like whatever you want. It's crazy.
Yo, why wouldn't you guys check on me when I'm asleep? Like, you guys are just laughing and talking the whole time. You're not going to check in on me? See if I'm
No,
good?
it's because that's why we were laughing.
This guy's dead. See, he's sleeping without a blanket.
He's soaked.
What
Man.
a poisey. However you
Well,
pronounce it.
what we even did is we started
Carl's
pouring
right.
water.
The AI must know they killed the only colored guy in our group. That's fucked.
Yo, what?
It's definitely based
Yo.
off the internet.
It's definitely pulling from the internet. That's wild. That's wild. Damn.
I forgot to mention in the story that I actually put out half the fire that was on your side of the bed, so that you would be cold for sure.
Why are the why is the E and D capitalized in killed and colored?
Killed.
Yeah.
Killed.
Is that like some kind of subtle reference that we're supposed to be getting that I'm
don't know.
not?
I'm not sure. Carl, can you clarify if that's the case?
You're referencing erectile dysfunction?
Hey, elaborate and listen.
I forget the next line.
I don't know anything else about the song. Ice, ice, baby.
Yeah. Good song, still. Yo, so I saw a post of this guy's turning 32, crazy, and he asked a bunch of 90-year-olds for advice that they'd give to a
I saw
32-year-old.
the same post.
You saw it?
I liked it.
A lot of good things, a lot of really good things. So, I mean, we're not 90, so we don't have, that whole lifespan of knowledge. But if you could go back and give, let's say, 10-year-old you one piece of advice, what would you tell
Jerk off as much as you can.
him?
No.
And not things like invest in Amazon.
Don't live by society standards. Not all you want. Yeah.
Did you ever?
No, never. Did you see my long blonde hair? I obviously didn't conform to society standards. I would tell them just to
keep your hair the way it was. Yeah, that's a good one.
Ooh,
I'd probably tell them to not game. I'd probably tell them something to do with weight, like get in shape.
Really?
Yeah. Quit gaming, get in shape.
That's two things now. So
Yeah, I don't know if you understood the question.
Quit gaming in shape. Quit gaming in shape. Yeah.
Quit gaming in shapes.
I would tell them to quit WoW earlier.
Really?
Yeah. Because other than that, I could just like give them advice like, yo, like don't date this one chick. Yo, don't date this other chick. But ultimately, those led to other things. Like I don't want those to prevent what happened now. But no matter what you choose, it all does, right?
That's right. Well, it's not like you're going back in time changing these things. It's just you're giving advice. You just like
but if advice sways the opinion, then it changes everything.
Whoa.
Okay. All right, let's change that. Maybe don't tell yourself this. You have a 10-year-old in front of you. It's not you.
Okay.
What advice do you give them with the life experience that you've gained so far?
I would say to buy the things you like that make you happy. Because you can save money, but I think people get too focused on saving money versus like
I think that's fair.
Living, you got to balance living in the now and saving for the future. Because
I dig.
It would suck to put all your money away and then something happened and you missed out on a trip or you missed out on whatever because you were trying to save money and then then
planning too much.
Where it's too late to enjoy it.
That's a great point. I'd love to circle back to that when Lucas gives it.
No, we're just gonna not talk about it anymore.
Okay.
Lucas,
are you sticking with yours, Lucas? Are you just gonna tell his 10-year-old to stop being fat?
No, see, the thing is, with a 10-year-old, I think every adult's gonna tell them to be conscious with their money. But I think every one of us were told that when we were young too, and we just didn't listen. I feel like it's hard to tell someone what to do with their money, but I would try to just tell them like, try to make a hobby that can give you income. I think that's always a goal that everyone should try
earlier. Actually,
yeah, that or that sooner. Yeah, like make content earlier.
Yeah, fair.
I mean, also we were limited by tech, right? Like, if the technology we have now was more readily available when I was younger, I think I would have already done it.
We were caught in this weird time where we're too old to become YouTube famous.
Because too
young. Sorry, too young to get off the start of YouTube, but too old to become TikTok stars.
Maybe
that's you know what I mean. But I feel like I like where we were at in life for the sake of we didn't have social media at our fingertips when we were kids. We transitioned into adulthood with that instead.
Yeah.
So that way we're not also far behind on it because we kind of integrated with it.
Yep.
Right.
Interesting. Yeah. Fair enough. I think my advice would be, I don't know, probably a little more different. My advice would probably be something like
buy a house.
Cherish the people you care about. Don't try to please everybody. That I know I did a lot of when I was younger.
Yeah, cut toxicity out
early.
Fuck
that noise.
If you don't vibe with people, you don't have to be friends with
Being
them.
a people pleaser, like I would laugh at people's jokes just to make them feel good, and I didn't really like it.
Do you cringe at that, looking back on the person as the person you are now, and be like, oh, I was such a bitch.
I was such a bitch. I agree. I
think every guy has had their alpha moment, though. Oh, sorry, yeah,
beta,
the beta moment. I feel like everyone's kind of had like
maybe.
their defining qualities, and then there's been something to kind of change that. Like I feel like not every guy has confidence right off the bat. I mean, you know what? Some guys do,
True.
but then you can also see that those guys just need a reality check sometimes because some people are just overly confident. Like
Where do you get
With
reality
no
checks?
reason.
Like I know you can get like a void check at the bank, but where do you get a reality?
it's like a rain check. You go to the convenience store and be like, "Hey, you guys are out of rain checks. I'll take the reality check instead."
What's that? What's that? Cash for what?
Cash for
Money
you?
Mart.
Is cash for you? That's what it is. Yeah. Yeah, you get it from there.
A reality check.
I don't know why I was thinking cash for clunkers.
What's a clunker?
Clash.
Is that like shitty cars? Like your shitty cars? Like you give them your shitty cars, you get money. Cash for clunkers? Is that not a thing?
No,
Is that a
no.
thing?
21 Savage has a word for that. Oh, rinky dink. He called it a
Oh,
rinky
rinky dink. Yeah, that's rude. That's rude. Yo, I
Yo,
want
if someone ever
actually.
called, how would you feel if like back in the
My
day,
car?
if Kempo was like, bro, how's your rinky dink doing?
That's fucking hilarious.
How could you react any way other than laughing? Like that's hilarious. Like, yeah, all right, you got me. That's fair. No, but I want to talk back to your point, Matt, where you're talking about like, people focusing too much on saving money and not living in the now. There's several people on YouTube. I forget the guy's name. He's like this brown guy who has like a shaved head, pretty pointy face. I hate most of the shit he says. But he was basically talking about how like if you're like you got to stop. He's like, cut out drugs, cut out alcohol, stop going out to clubs, get a second job. Like you need to get your money up. Like you need to make money. And I was like, what? Like when I die, I'm not taking any of that with me. And I don't know when I'm going to, like, I'm not saying be reckless. Plan for the future too. But yeah, like you're saying, like live in the now too. Like, no, go out. Don't be stupid.
Like,
don't get bottle service. Don't buy a bunch of drink, pre-drink, but go have fun. Like
buying stuff. It's like
moments.
people are like, I think I don't want to say I'm a spontaneous spender, but it's like if I see something I like I'm gonna get it because I want to try. I want to enjoy it. Like, I balance like putting stuff aside for later, but it's like, but I buy stuff that I like that I see because I'm like that's cool. Like I want to try to enjoy that now because who knows? What if I can't down the road?
And I mean, maybe I'm speaking from a place of that's not fair for me to say this because all of us are making a good amount of money. Like we're in comfortable places in our lives where we can afford to do those things. So yeah, maybe I'd say to someone who is not financially stable, maybe don't do those things.
Upgrade
maybe
your life, bro.
Yeah, maybe hunt for different. Like, sure, do what you got to do, get a bit of a hustle, but like, still, even if you're like financially struggling, and I know it's hard to say, and I haven't been in that position. You got to enjoy those moments. Maybe I don't know, like a treat once in a while.
You know what? Though?
Maybe it's just more time in between those treats, but I think you have to enjoy some time.
But people also have to understand that there's endless ways of making income. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to work a 9 to 5.
Yeah,
it doesn't mean you have to. It doesn't mean no. But seriously, like if you're someone who can take advantage of certain things gifts that you were given in life, like let's say you were just born someone who happened to be a very attractive person, and you feel like you don't want to work for a living, then use that. Like you feel free to use that. I don't feel like there should be judgment because you're given, to be honest, if I was someone who was born with like where I could eat anything I want and always had abs, I probably would have been a stripper just for easy money. I hate to say it. Like
you could still be a stripper.
Yeah, not right now.
I think you could.
I think you could, bro. You've got the attitude and the persona and the aura to 100% be a stripper.
As I basically just said, you're ugly.
Yeah, let me ask Christina about that.
You have such a nice personality, such a nice aura.
That was the nicest way I could say you're ugly.
Such a nice persona.
You're so. It's like calling. It's like going to a girl and be like, "You're so pretty." There's nothing else to say except for opposite.
Well, legit. I'm just saying is you could look, however, with your personality, and in a trip. 100%.
Okay, well, it's too late now. Like,
why? Why is it too late?
I'm kind of in the middle of like getting a house with someone.
No,
you think that's more of a reason? You need to make some money, bro.
I'll strip for her.
You got siding.
You gotta make some fucking money.
Do you think she'll pay me? Do you think Christina will pay me if I strip for her?
No, she'll pay you to put your clothes back on, probably.
Okay, I'm still making money.
It's
called passive income.
What you should do is, when you're in your new place, you should be like babe, I got a stripper for you, and like pretend to call someone, and then just walk out from the other side of the wall. Like, oh, there you go.
Is
Yeah,
it someone's birthday?
She's like, it's Lee's, and I was like, oh shit, I'm at the wrong place.
Tonight's for the boys. No, I think you do. I think you do 100%. The other thing too, I saw, and this is a point where I would disagree with Andrew Tate, and I at this point I would agree with a lot of things he said. But he was saying cooking is a privilege, and I agree with that. But he was saying cooking should be something saved for the uber rich. Like anyone who's broke and anyone who's not like a millionaire shouldn't be cooking because you're wasting your time when you should be grinding and making money. And that's what I was like, excuse me, what?
Yeah, but it's not
Like-
cheaper to go like, how am I gonna eat then?
Exactly. I'm supposed to starve until I'm a millionaire? I'm supposed to starve until I'm a millionaire?
I don't
No
know,
way.
man. You could ration out like let's say not necessarily like buying food all the time, but like even getting like those like meal kits and stuff like that. Yeah, like the where you just microwave
still
it.
gotta cook. Oh, I thought you meant
Like the ones that you just like microwave and shit, right? But like I don't know. I think cooking for some people, like Christina, she enjoys cooking. Like there's times where she's like, I feel like doing something. I want to cook something, and she'll like go get ingredients. Just do so, like I think that's solid too. I think there's enjoyment in that. Like it's like I get it. Like
See,
everyone expects that you spend the majority of your 20s grinding to become successful so you can retire and float through your 40s. That's everyone's dream. That's not everyone's reality though. Like that's not realistic.
Okay, so here's the thing though, and I agree with you. Is I think first of all, I think cooking builds skills, important skills. I think for some people, like when you take the time to cook, it's good for you. It's therapeutic. Maybe it's just me, someone who enjoys cooking. But I agree with you. It's like, that's not realistic. That's not how life works. Are we just the broke bitches who just aren't like, who are sheep and stuck in the form that aren't going to make it to millionaires? And that's why we believe that we're stopping people from actually succeeding to these,
Wait, what's
things
the
that we
piece that's
daydream
stopping
about.
us, sorry?
Well, just the fact that we're saying like, oh, like that's not realistic.
Like
no, you should. We're
set
not
limit.
following. Yeah, exactly. That we're not following these what we call ridiculous standards or whatnot.
Maybe
I wouldn't say that.
That's why
I would
we're
just
not
say
here.
Yeah.
I would just say
exactly.
that since we're not there, we don't appreciate what those gifts may hold yet. Like if that is a gift or really to be top G is to be everything, then we're just not there. I'm not a top G.
A really funny example of that. So growing up for me, like a steak dinner, whether it be at home or even like at a restaurant, was
That's
like,
fancy
whoa,
shit.
like, that's a treat.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
like as my mom, when we were still younger, like living at home, like as my mom did better in her career, like we started going out for like, we went to the keg more often. We're like, whoa, like back like when I was younger, this was such a treat. And now it's like, dude, I have like steak like once a week at home. Like I buy when it's on sale, so it's not like it's expensive, but it's like I have it at once a week at home. Where now it's like it's not even like a treat to go out to do it. Like it just saves me from making it. But it's like, oh, I have steak. I can have
This
steak
is my
whenever
life.
I want.
Yeah.
It's just
Well,
it's
to
so
be
interesting
honest,
how that like those progression of like life goes. Whereas like
yeah.
reflecting back, like whoa, like young me would have loved to have been able to have dinners like this. type
Yeah,
thing.
young me would think I'm fucking richest man in the world. Like I'm the shit.
But even to use even a smaller scale example is just even let's say getting a cake. Like you always use it for occasions.
Yeah.
When you're an adult, you realize you can get a cake whenever the hell you want.
Cake for like fucking this week.
But a lot of that kind of made it lose its magic. As an adult, you lose a lot of the excitement you had as a kid because now everything's so easily accessible. You have your own income.
Yeah,
You want something, you go buy it.
Actually,
So you lost a lot of excitement because before it was like, I want a video game. Oh, my mom said I have to wait till my birthday. Like, okay, like I'm getting hyped, man. For 4 months, I'm getting hyped. But nowadays, like, I want a video game. I will buy it, and then I'll play it within like 2 hours.
Yeah.
So
right? Like,
what's even
like,
more interesting is I think that's why it's so much more difficult to get gifts for adults because it's like
yes,
these people can get themselves whatever the fuck they want. Like, how am I supposed to get them something that like they they have most of the things I assume that they want? And
just
it's
give them money. I just give them money.
Yeah, because it's like you're gonna buy me something that like unless there's something I've been talking about, it's like, oh, I want to get this, I'm just not gonna get it yet. And then someone gets it, I'm like, that's cool. Like,
cool.
You've been listening, you know what I'm.
Yeah.
But it's like ultimately at the end of the day, I'm less like I don't. There's nothing new like you can really get me other than like experience or like a pictures has actually been a big one for me lately. Like buying people pictures or getting pictures is great because it's like, especially because I had a bunch of all these pictures. I did this for Christmas actually. A bunch of cards that I gave out to like my family had pictures that I had in like my Google photos that I don't know they knew I had, because like I was like looking through, I was like, holy shit, like some of these pictures are like so good, like I wonder if they remember what this is from. So I just like printed a bunch of them out.
Yeah.
And it was good. Like people were like, whoa, like like, and they could remember what that was from, and I was like, that's cool, because like that's not something that
Sorry.
There's
money
there's
could have
memories
done,
to it, right?
right?
Lee,
Yeah, I didn't
did
get
you?
my-
Yeah,
no.
Lee, did you get a picture?
No,
No?
I don't think he has my
I said
address. I don't think he has my
family. Are you guys
address.
family?
Oh,
Yeah,
'cause
I thought we were.
You recently moved,
I
right? You
thought
recently
we
moved.
were.
Technically,
Exactly,
he's
yeah,
Uncle
so-
Lee. But
I'm
Lucas is
assuming.
just Lucas.
I'm assuming you sent to my new house, right? I'm waiting.
Well, yours just said Lucas, right? Like yours didn't say
That
uncle.
card's not for me though. Just
It doesn't matter. I'm
viewers.
family. I'm family.
the
You
Dude.
viewers.
saved your card. That's
I'm
pretty
fucking
ch-
fam. You
Yeah.
threw it out.
Yeah, of course. You think
Yo,
I want a
I
picture
actually
of some
keep- I
ugly ass
actually
family?
keep- I actually keep cards from everyone, from like birthdays and Christmas and stuff. I keep
Me too.
I keep them all. Yeah,
I keep them all.
Oh,
thing.
do you guys really? I
think it's. I like to
It's
reflect
something
on
you'll
it.
be
It's
able to
nice.
like look back on
Forever.
one day and be like, whoa, like
I keep some. Like
remember this.
I kept Lee's wedding. And
I have that one still.
I kept this one.
Yeah, if you threw mine out, I'd be so.
And I
pissed.
also have your fight night thing,
Yo,
right?
what
So-
would you
Yeah,
do?
nice.
Oh, I gotta check if I have that one. That's a good one.
But Christina and I, like, we also
I
just
put
started
so much
printing.
effort in that one.
As you see, we just print photos and we just started replacing
Yeah.
every so
That's good
often,
too.
right?
Yeah.
But yo, I was saying that because you and I were talking about, I want to get a 4 foot by 8 foot corkboard.
Yeah.
The reason being is because in our new house, I wanted to have a wall where like and a
Fixed,
Polaroid
yeah.
camera. So when we have jams and stuff, we take photos and we
That's
just,
sick.
Yo, don't-
Instantly
don't
pin
do a-
them.
Why don't do a 4x8 corkboard? Just do like corkboard
String?
paint.
Is that a thing? Corkboard paint? That's not a thing.
No, probably
I
not.
was saying that's
Where's the
insane.
material? No way.
I was like, that's insane.
Yo,
No,
yo,
it's a matter of
yo,
time. It's a matter of time.
Chalkboard
It's okay.
paint is where it's at. That shit would be
Pretty cool.
lit. In,
Chalk- yeah,
in,
chalk-
in like a party room. That would be
Yeah.
fire.
100%.
Yo, so sorry, just going back a little bit. I was having a conversation with my nieces, and they're because like I guess every kid is excited to be an adult, right? Because you know you're this
They're
is for big
stupid.
people.
Fucking dumb.
It's true.
Idiots.
It's true.
It is true. I mean, I can't say that I'm much smarter now that I'm an adult. I just have a little more experience. I'm still an idiot.
You just have more money, so you can be stupid on demand.
yeah. Yo, that's big. That's a big point. No, so I was talking about it. Like, yeah, I can't wait to grow up. I was like, no, like you're in the best moments of your life right now. Like to me, like being a
Nothing to
child
worry
stuff
about.
is it? Yeah, exactly. I was like, you have no responsibilities.
Do you still
You could
feel
just
that
be
way?
free. No, I mean, like there's it's pros and cons to everything, right?
You
But
gotta
as far
work
as, like,
now. That's the worst
it-
part.
Exactly.
Like,
Like
my
just
day
like
is dedicated to
the
something.
8 hours, right? At minimum. So
No. Only losers
What?
work that long.
yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, but
I
kids
guess
have to be in
to
school
work from
for
home.
like 6 to 8 hours as well.
No, but I just mean like the part of a kid is like you know less about the world, so your view of the world isn't tainted yet. Everything's like maybe this is just me, but like everything's just like you almost feel invincible, or you're not aware of any kind of weaknesses.
Okay.
You're always happy. You're around the people you love. Things are great. Again, there's no responsibilities. I don't have to worry about anything. I just get to do things and be alive. And the crazy thing, my parents take care. Yeah, sorry.
Go ahead. Sorry, I'm trying to cut
No,
it. But
so then yeah, I was telling my niece about that, and they're like, oh yeah, they're like I can't wait. And I was like, no man, being an adult sucks. Like it's nonstop. You have to go to work. I mean, she's like, I'm down. I want to go to work. I was like, no, why would you want to go to work? And she's like, I want to make money. And I was like, you don't need money right now because your parents are going to pay for everything. So what do you need money for? And she's like, oh yeah, but like mommy says I can't get this at this time. I'm like, yeah, okay, you got to wait. You got to earn some things. I get it. But like ultimately, like, you don't have to, the price you're paying isn't the price that your parents are paying, because your parents have to work for it. So like it's easier for you. And I was telling her, I was like, I'll tell you what a pro being adult is right now you got to wait for birthdays. Me, I'll go to a store right now and buy a cake. I don't care. I don't need to wait for birthday. And she didn't care. She was like, oh. I was like, what? If I was a kid and someone adult told me that, I'd have been blown away. Like,
I would have used a better example than cake. Because to be honest, I'm
No,
not a cake
fuck off.
person. If you said like pizza, like I can go buy an extra large pizza right now. and
No,
any
they get
toppings I
pizza. They
want.
get pizza.
You know what?
Bro,
You know
they're
what I
my
would've said?
nieces. I get them pizza all the time.
I would have said, what is the thing you want most right now? And then she tells you like, as an adult, I could just go buy it
Affordable
right now."
housing. Affordable housing. You're like, damn it.
And you're like, God damn it, yo, we have the same interests.
We have a lot in common.
That's true. Eh?
I
No,
was gonna
because then
say-
the thing is, you're shooting back. Okay, can you get it for me? And then I have to figure out why I say no.
No, because it'd be like, nah, you didn't earn it. I had to work today.
That's true. That's true. I guess that's true. That's
You
true,
didn't
I
work
suppose.
today.
So what do you think is the best if you were to put like a 3 years of age, like a range? What's the best year in your life
I would say
that you have experienced so far? Obviously you can be like, yo, you know what, 50?
I would say
Fuck.
like 14, 15, 16, because you're still at a stage where you don't necessarily have to work. You can start technically driving.
Yeah.
You might
Okay.
start drinking, like depending on the circle you're in. Like maybe that's
Who?
when you start
What?
like, partying. Yeah, Kel was into it.
I know. Just kidding.
Okay, well,
It's a joke.
that
Yeah, I think that-
because I think it's a good mix of like not enough. You don't have a lot of responsibility, but you're aware enough to know like cool stuff.
And you have
Okay.
some independence too. Like your parents will trust you. Say, oh, you're going out with your friends?
So-
Cool. Go out with
So
your friends.
you're saying age 14 to 17?
Like
Like,
very,
13
no,
to 16?
no,
13
earlier.
to 16?
Yeah.
13,
Yeah.
13 to 16. Okay, so I'm going to say
When you become a teenager, when you're not a
That's pretty
12,
sick.
You're a 13.
Yeah.
I'm going to say ages 22 to 25. Now, I'll tell
That's
you
like
why.
you now.
No, because age
The
22 to
best year of your
25
life.
is that age where you have income. You
Mm.
like, for example, I lived at my parents' house, so it was pure saving. I was done my post-secondary because it's been 4 years since I was 18. So at that point, I was just saving money and doing whatever I wanted. I had a car. I could go wherever I wanted. My income was basically being saved unless I spent money other than my car. And at that point, if you're single, you can literally do whatever you want.
That's
Really,
a
like you have no limitations at that
You
point.
know?
It's that mid-range of like I wasn't ready to settle down yet. I wasn't in a long-term relationship, but at the same time, I wasn't in a short-term relationship. I was kind of friends with benefits, right? But like, you're at a stage where you could literally do whatever you want. You can go for the career you want. You can go for a relationship you want. You can just fool around. You can go still drink and have a good time with your friends and not feel it the next day as hard. Like when you're in your 30s, I feel like it's kind of like that perfect range of like prime. In my opinion.
That is a good point because like like the old Home Depot days were fantastic because like I have a
Fuck,
job,
bro.
but it's like a part.
Bro,
exactly.
I was
We didn't
I
give a
was not.
fuck.
I
Is
was
that a real
not.
job?
You
Is that
would
was
be,
a
like
not
so
that
real
age.
blatant
job?
about like, yo, I'm gonna be so drunk tonight, like I don't even think I'm coming in tomorrow. And your boss would be like, what? You'd be like, oh, you know, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, they're just kinda like-
literally calling sick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there was no responsibility. There's no accountabilities.
Yeah, our
You're
early
making
20s
money, but like you're not trying. It's not your career.
You know,
Everyone knows it's a stepping stone. Like, yeah, that's a pretty
I would
fun.
even say yeah,
time.
like the shoe. Actually,
Shumi?
that's a good point because Shumi too was like, I remember there was one time after we went to Nash. So the next Friday, I woke up. I was like, I looked at my phone. I was like, yo, Lucas didn't call me that he was here, and I called him. He's like, bro, I'm not working today. I was like, what? I'm like, I have to drive to work. I was like, no way.
Yeah,
It was
I remember
like
that.
funny shit. Yeah, we used to carpool. We were see, look at us. We were thinking of the environment. Fuck, we're such
dude. Because
such role models.
it's funny because I talk about this with
find out how to drink more.
yeah.
That's what it was. Fuck the environment. Fun.
I talk about this with my brother though. Like we had a solid early 20s. Us as a group
We
of
had a great
friends.
time.
Like
Yeah.
like we like Lee, you and I'm pretty sure we were together for like 4 or 5 different
Dated?
jobs, right? Yeah. But like it's crazy to think that we had that evolution of like we started out like Home Depot, we'd just be hanging out, getting drunk at a bar, and it switched to kind of like clubbing vibes, and it just became like
we
I'm
grew
starting to
together
get-
for sure.
I'm starting to get a little too old for this shit. I can't really do
Yeah,
it
yeah,
anymore.
man.
We're at that
Fucking
stage
there.
now.
We're fucking there.
But it's funny because when you Matt, I don't know if you knew about this, but Lee called me, I think like 2 or 3 weeks ago about going to the Korean barbecue.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Oh,
it's
fire.
and I was telling Christine, I'm like, it's so funny that Lee can rely on me in 2 things if he calls me. Either we're going out to eat,
Yeah.
or we're doing like renos or like something like or yard work.
100%.
Those are 2
Yeah.
things I'm always down for I don't know whatever fucking reason. And it's always I'm like like Lee knows like it's either
Like,
yard work
yeah.
or food. Like I'm down. Like,
It's
dude.
funny, and to go into detail about the Korean barbecue thing too, is like I called I messaged the group, and I was like, Just so the audience knows, I didn't leave Matt out. Okay, I messaged Matt, but Matt was at a work event.
And for record too, even if that was the case, I feel like a lot of the time too is like I just live. You guys like live so close, so it's like a lot more convenient. Where it's like honestly, during the week,
it's a mission for you.
For me, during the week, I usually am not necessarily open to doing stuff because I'm like, it's already so late. Like I feel.
No, that's
I don't
fair.
know, maybe I'm just getting old. Maybe that's like an age thing.
Yeah, man,
like,
we're old, bro.
Like, during the week, like, it's hard for me to go out and do stuff.
No, but it's fine. So Matt responds back and he's like, "Yeah, I'm at like a work event." I'm like, "Fucks." So Luke's still responding. So I call Lucas. I'm like, "Yo, what are you doing right now?" He's like, I'm just waiting for Christina to come over." And I was like, "Great. What time is she gonna be over?" He's like, "Oh, like soon." And I was like, "You guys want to go for dinner?" And he's like, "I just finished cooking." And I was like, fuck. And Lucas is the easiest person to peer pressure. You don't even have to peer pressure him. He's like, "Oh, I just finished cooking." I was like, shit. That's all right, man. I just wanted to see if you want to go to Korean barbecue. And he's like, "Yeah, okay, like I'm down." And I was like, "Did you just cook?" He's like, I'll pack it up. It's fine." I was like, "Well, you just made dinner." I was like, "Bro, it's okay." He's like, "Nah, I'm going." And I was like, "Say, all right, cool. I'll see you in an hour."
Yo, do you pack it up to throw it out? That like
no, dude.
That's how our house is, dude. Is I don't even know why we pack up food that's not eaten. We literally just throw it out because all we do is we pack it up to put it in the fridge for 5 days to then throw it out. I'm just like,
yo, that's wild. Yo, so you are rich. You are rich.
No, you know what it is? It's just like a fact of like, I don't really like. It's not.
Saves you from cooking for a day.
Like a thing that's changed because I used to like eat leftovers all the time. Now it's like, nah, like I just don't. It's not that I don't want them. It's just I don't know. I don't know what it is.
If you don't feel like it and you have the money to spend to get new food, kudos to you, man. Like that's a golden privilege right there.
That would annoy the
fuck out of me.
Yeah, I can't do it. I just morally can't do it.
It's usually the sides we have too much of, not the like. So a good example is last night we had like steak and mashed potatoes. My mom was over and some broccoli. There was no steak left over. There was like a bowl of mashed potatoes left, and that was it. So then we have like a side of mashed potatoes that are in the fridge. And it's like, well, when we're gonna have mashed potatoes, for dinner in like a couple days, like we'll just make new ones because
why? Why don't you just use those?
I don't know.
Yo, fuck you! I fucking hate you, bro. It's mashed potatoes. It's not like it's French fries. If it was French fries, I'd let it slide.
No, you know why? Because there's not enough though.
Sure.
There's not enough for everyone to have them. So that means we're still gonna have to make.
So someone eats them.
Yeah, someone.
You make a
oh
less.
My god, bro! This guy doesn't know how to divide and conquer. Like, listen.
We split them. We both get half. Like, we got to mix them in with the new ones. So you don't know which ones you're.
Yeah,
no, you can do that. Actually, that's not bad.
You can do that. 100%.
Yeah, you already got like half the seasonings already done.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to try that next time.
Okay, so
we have to try. You have to try like some. I don't know if this will work. Let's try it.
Babe, I saw this thing on the pod the other day. I think they had a new idea for saving money.
I don't know if it'll work. But...
So two things. That night that Lee called me for Korean barbecue is the night I made like 4 liters of chili. So I packed up like it took me 5 containers, like 5 Tupperwares that I stacked. No, none of it. I ate it all within the week. I ate it every single day because I hate wasting food, but also because it was good. I just wanted to get rid of it. And I had brioche buns. So what I was doing is I was toasting brioche buns and having it like almost like a sloppy Joe sandwich. Mm-hmm. I just killed it throughout the week. But then hold on. We will in a second. When you're done. But the other thing was with your potato example is what I would do is if I had a little bit of mashed potatoes is when I cook eggs for breakfast, I would have some mashed potatoes and just fry it like almost like a hash brown style.
We don't really eat breakfast here. Like, Anaya, like
not on weekends. You guys don't eat breakfast.
I'm not a big.
I only eat breakfast on weekends, and that's when I make like the full breakfast, like the eggs.
I do too.
Everything.
So what do you eat for lunch then?
Yogurt.
It depends. When I'm at home.
I guess both.
Sometimes when I go to work at home, like I just don't eat lunch. I'll just wait till I get home for dinner.
Wow. Damn. Okay.
Wow. Wow.
It's Owen Wilson. So what I wanted to say was like the whole wasting food component of this. Okay, we're talking about a bowl of mashed potatoes. Realistically, is like 3 potatoes. A bag of potatoes is like $5, maybe $4.
Okay.
3 whole potatoes. You know how many things you do upstairs? Yeah. You can light up light bulbs. You can throw them at things. Like you can do things with those 3 potatoes. Yeah.
I didn't realize when you say 3 potatoes, that's quite a lot. I thought you were gonna say like 1 potato.
I thought it was 2. When he said 3, I was like,
wow. 3 potatoes is quite big. That's more than a serving. How many
I'm gonna
potatoes is a
gauge
serving?
How much mashed potatoes is in
That's
full
interesting,
potatoes? You know what I mean?
That's true. That is
You
a
can't
hard
morph,
equation.
Is
That's a tough
morphing them
equation.
into the shape of the potato? Is that
No,
the
it's not equivalent.
of a
No.
potato?
That's a good
Okay,
question.
okay.
Maybe.
It's kind of-
According to the
I don't know.
USDA dietary guidelines and my plate, a serving of one potato is either 1 cup diced, mashed, or baked, or just one medium potato is one serving. So you threw away 3 servings of food. That means you could have served 3 foods.
No, I don't think it was. Maybe it wasn't 3 then, because I'm thinking like, okay, that's what I'm thinking. Is like one.
He's like, it must have been 5 because I wasted a lot.
He's gonna backpedal right through that wall.
Equate to a bowl or like a serving of mashed potatoes. I thought it wasn't like that. Like I didn't think one potato would be enough mashed potatoes for you to eat.
It's
I don't
kind of
know.
one serving.
Like
One medium
I'd feel
potato.
full. I'd feel like I think one baked potato is a good amount for a side, but I feel like one potato worth of mashed potatoes is not enough.
It's different. It is different. Fuck, it is. It's a lot.
Why is it different though? It's the same thing. Why is
No,
it
because
different?
baked potato, you keep the skin on.
You can
get more
make
nutrients.
you can make skin on mashed potatoes.
If you make
Well,
skin
fuck,
mashed
why would you do that? Why would I want pulp in my mashed potatoes? That's
Yo,
like pulpy oranges,
y'all
bro.
are missing out.
Actually, I
Y'all
actually
are
like
missing.
pulpy oranges.
I
That
know-
is
you know-
so
you know-
whack.
You know what
That
we
is
make?
so
What
whack.
you know what my sister makes now? She doesn't make mashed potatoes. She makes smashed potatoes.
Oh, I've
That
seen
I've heard
those.
of. That I've heard
Yeah,
of. No,
It's skin
that's-
on!
Okay, no. Here's the
it
thing.
is. That
Mashed
was bomb.
potatoes with skin in it is literally like the equivalent of like chocolate chip cookies that are raisins. That's like that to me.
I wouldn't put it that bad.
No.
I
'cause
wouldn't
Lucas,
put it that
what if you
bad.
didn't know? Like you came over, you're like, oh, mashed potatoes, and you take a bite and there's like skin in it. You're like, this sucks.
It depends how much
This
skin
is
it.
fucked.
Like
Like the
is
whole
the
skin. Like I just left the potato.
There was our mashed potatoes.
It's
Just put a
not-
raw
because
potato on his plate.
How do you
Yeah,
then determine?
fuck.
How do you determine then how much skin to leave on a potato?
Are you asking me
not-
the skin to
Well, 'cause you
potato
still-
ratio in mashed
'cause I don't
potato?
know,
I don't
'cause
know
you
the
said that.
scientific evidence.
Well, the thing is, you still have to dice it to boil it and then mash it. So like, it's not like you're getting the whole fucking
You don't
skin.
know
of
if
the
I
potato.
boil my potatoes whole.
Yeah, so what? You have to boil it for so freaking long. Holy
No.
shit!
You know what he
You know how
does?
long that is?
He actually peels his potatoes, boils the potato, puts it back in, and grabs the raw skin and throws it in. That's why it fucking sucks. It's
Yeah,
like
that's-
floss.
Yeah,
This guy's
yeah.
flossing his mashed
Yo,
potatoes.
but twice baked. Yeah, we're like over time here, but twice baked potatoes are fire. Where you like cut them open, you bake
Yeah.
them, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
mix them
yeah.
up, mix them up
Christina's
like this,
favorite.
like a snowball. Then you put them back in, and then they become snowball potatoes.
That's pretty.
Snowball
Snowball potatoes are high.
Skin on mashed all the way. Fuck off.
That's
Carl.
what I'm saying. My boy knows.
You're definitely
My
not
boy
bringing potatoes
knows.
to the next function we have.
Yeah, okay.
It's all skins.
He's just not
What's-
invited now.
Yeah.
What's everyone thankful for?
Skin on mashed potatoes. I'm thankful
That's
for that.
fucking crazy.
That shit's great.
That's
Maddie,
That
what are you
shit's
grateful
delicious. Skin off mashed potatoes.
Yo, I am thankful for cows because they feed you steak.
Yeah.
And because they're also kind of cool looking animals.
They're also destroying the ozone, so.
So that's why I like steak. See,
Oh,
I'm
go-
doing
Ooh.
my part
Ooh,
in
yeah,
protecting the
yeah.
earth.
Solid.
Nice.
I dig it.
Lucas.
I personally am grateful for people who aren't pieces of shit who waste food. A lot of people who don't do that.
Yeah,
I
those
respect them
people
a
suck.
lot, man. They're
Those
like
people
Greta Schomburg or whatever her name is, throwing Andrew Tate into the police. And then yeah,
Yeah, she's
anyone
coming
who
for
throws
me
out
next
mashed
because
anyone who throws out mashed potatoes can literally like KMS.
kill you.
Oh yeah, wait,
Yeah,
sorry,
I was gonna say, what?
KYS.
that doesn't make no sense.
All right, we'll see you guys here next week, and thanks for tuning in there.
See you guys.